Hey guys, welcome into this segment from our full-length The Onside Kick podcast. In order to get the full podcast, go down to the description, go to Blog Talk Radio / The Onside Kick to download the full thing. Enjoy, everybody. But Mark, we got to move on into our next topic. We're going to talk about the Bears. We're going to talk about the Chiefs. We're going to first stop in Kansas City. And I know we mentioned the Chiefs in our winners and losers. If you're on YouTube and have not checked that out, go check out our winners and losers for the NFL draft. But Mark, the topic of this segment of the podcast is easy. The Chiefs go ahead. They trade up to 10th overall. They go ahead and take Patrick Mahomes. Because they've taken Patrick Mahomes, because Alex Smith technically has 2 years on his contract, but has a potential out after this next season, I think the question needs to be asked. Are Alex Smith days in KC, are they numbered? Is his days numbered with the Chiefs?
Well, I think they certainly kind of are at this point. I mean, the writing's on the wall here. One, he's 32 years old, so they might just not have faith in him sticking around. Actually, by the time you're listening to this, he might be 33 years old. His birthday is May 7th, so coming up very quickly. Yeah. We're recording this on May 1st. So I think, writing's on the wall. It's pretty much done. But here's the thing that I find interesting here, just an aside. We have a situation where we have three quarterbacks going very early, and only one of them might start next year. Now,
and that's going to be Deshaun Watson.
I fully believe that, Trubisky is going to play next year. But I just find that interesting. Patrick Mahomes is obviously the guy who is going to sit and learn. There's no way he starts over Alex Smith next year. It's just not going to happen. Alex Smith is not messing things up. He just took a team 12-4, and marched them right to the AFC Championship game. No.
He went to the divisional round.
Not the AFC Championship game.
That, to me, that game,
he couldn't quite get his team to score points.
And that's the thing.
To get to the AFC Championship game.
And that's the thing. That's my biggest why it's one of those things where I think they drafted Pat Mahomes because of two reasons. A, Andy Reid liked him, and it's, of course, what I said about the Texans when we talked about Mahomes possibly going 24 to the Texans was 100% true. Because if you notice something in that podcast I said, I'm going to say Mahomes goes to the Texans because when a coach comes out and says, I like this quarterback, they're gonna get him. And look at what the Texans did. Mahomes went, shit, we need a quarterback. They traded up right away to get that quarterback at 12th overall. Whereas the Chiefs, they did the same thing, though. Yep. We like this quarterback. We're going to trade up to go get him. And I think that the second part is a direct correlation of that game where they played against the Steelers because up until the end of the fourth, one touchdown. One touchdown was all they could amass. One touchdown and a field goal. That's all they could have amassed up until 2:43 left to go in the fourth. And when you can't score touchdowns, and another thing that I think you could say is a knock against the team, but I think with Jeremy Maclin being there, there's a problem when we are basically saying, well, it's been X amount of games, X amount of snaps since a wide receiver has caught a touchdown for this team. That's a problem.
And that's been an issue for a little while now.
That is a problem. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, is Alex Smith good? Are you going to win games with Alex Smith? Yes. But two questions need to happen. Can Patrick Mahomes be better and get the ball into the end zone more? And two, are you ever going to win a Super Bowl with Alex Smith? Those are the questions that have to be answered.
And the first one we don't know, but the second one is probably a no. Sorry, Chief fans out there.
He's lost to Big Ben last year. He lost to Tom Brady the year before.
Yep. It's just one of those things where Alex Smith will get outplayed by these other quarterbacks if it comes down to the battle between the two. And that's why they're hoping that Mahomes will be the guy who does not get outplayed.
There's only two teams in NFL. Well, off the top of my head, two teams in NFL history that Alex Smith, if you infused him onto that team as the starting quarterback, he's the Super Bowl champion. And both of them are the Chicago Bears.
Woo!
07 and 85. You put that game manager on both of those teams. 85 Bears still win a Super Bowl with Alex Smith as his quarterback. That 07 team going up against the Colts.
06.
06, 07, because the Super Bowl was in 07. If you put him on that team with that defense, he wins that Super Bowl over Peyton Manning.
I think that obviously there's more teams in there. I mean, he would have.
Those
he
are the
could have
two
replaced.
that popped right into my head.
He could have replaced Peyton Manning on the Broncos.
Trent Dilfer.
Both years, and they probably would have won.
Trent Dilfer on that 2000-2001 team.
He would have done it on the Seattle Seahawks for sure as well. Anyways,
we could name a lot of teams that he could win a Super Bowl on.
And did they have a good defense? Alex Smith could have won.
Yeah.
That's the formula, and that's what they're hoping, that they don't need to rely on the defense with Mahomes. I mean, the big thing is going to be, will Alex Smith go nicely? Will he retire?
Or will they have to cut him after this year and take the potential out?
I think that's going to be very interesting, because no one's going to trade for a 33 going on 34-year-old quarterback next year who's a game manager and can only throw like 15 touchdowns in the season.
Well, let's be honest. If there's a team that was like, if he's a free agent and there's a situation with a team like the Vikings had with Teddy Bridgewater, he could be like a Sam Bradford, where it's like, oh shit, we need a quarterback. Hey, Alex is still there.
Yeah. He could, for sure. He could be in the Jay Cutler situation right now.
The Jets could take him.
Yeah. The Jay Cutler situation right now is, well, which one of you teams didn't get a quarterback and are not happy with your situation and want to come for me? Alex Smith could easily find himself in that situation, or the flip side of the veteran mentor to teach the young kids, and that's what they want from Mahomes as well, or for Mahomes. So yeah, writing's on the wall that he's done. It's not this year. It's going to be a weird, awkward situation where he's probably going to win them at least 10 games and get them to the playoffs, and they'll be like, okay, thanks, Alex. Time for you to leave now.
Well, it's one of those things where I look at the postseason, because the Chiefs are a team that with that division, that division's getting a little bit more competitive. I mean, the Broncos have kind of fallen off a little bit. The Chargers are going to be nowhere near fighting for that division yet, but the Raiders are there. And I think that the Chiefs right now are a team that we're either, like before the season, we're going to go, oh, they're either going to win the division or be a wild card team.
Yeah.
But I look at, since Alex Smith has been in KC, he lost to Andrew Luck that first year. That was a good game, though. That was 45-44. Chiefs had the lead in that game and then lost it with a great second half by Andrew Luck. They don't make the playoffs in 2014, but then in 2015, they shut out the Houston Texans, lose to the Patriots by 7, and then they lose to the Steelers in a game where it's like, really, you only scored 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
And that one touchdown was basically so late in the game where it's like, I don't think you got a chance of winning this kind of time left on the clock. Mm-hmm. And you look at that right there, 1-3 in the playoffs. That is what you got to hang your hat on if you're Alex Smith, and that's not something good to hang your hat on.
No. Interesting looking at his stats and just seeing there's some terrible years in Alex Smith's history. And we all know that the beginning times for him in San Francisco were not very good. And that's not all his fault. But yeah, to me, Alex Smith was never a great quarterback. He was always a 110% average quarterback who has been on some good teams with good defenses. I mean, he was shit-tastic for San Francisco when San Francisco didn't have anything around him. All of a sudden, Harbaugh's here, and they have a defense, and Alex Smith is looking awesome.
But then he gets injured.
Then he goes to Kansas City, which has a good offense, has one of the better coaches in the NFL, and he looks awesome. If you put things around him, yes, he's going to be good. What Kansas City wants is the quarterback that can transcend, that can elevate a team to that next level. It's what they're hoping they get out of Patrick Mahomes. I personally am not a believer, but I'm going to, I'll see in 2 years or however long it takes him to start.
Well, it's like I look at his last 2 seasons in San Fran were the Jim Harbaugh days. Harbaugh's first year, he played all 16 games, started all 16, 13-3.
Yep.
And then the next year he got injured, played in 10, started 9, and during those 9 starts went 6-2-1 basically. That's what it says via Pro Football Reference.com. So I mean, you look at that record and it's a winning record. Mm-hmm. It's a lot better than his records before that.
Very nearly went to a Super Bowl.
And the only time he hasn't gotten 11 wins in a season with the Chiefs is that 2014 year when he went 8-7 and only played 15 games.
Yeah. So, we're going to see what happens. I mean, I think nobody is surprised. There's nobody that's sitting there right now saying, no, Mahomes isn't going to be the guy taking over in a couple of years. No, we all know what's going to happen.
I think he takes over next year.
This coming season is going to be Alex Smith's last season. He probably starts everything. There's a slim chance that he, if the team's not doing so hot, that maybe Mahomes can get his way in there. But I don't see it.
There's one thing that keeps him for his last year of the contract next season. Mm-hmm. If he goes to the AFC title game. If he gets them to the AFC title game, something he hasn't been able to do, AFC title game or anything above that, he stays for his last year.
Well, if he gets to a Super Bowl, yeah.
Meaning they keep him for that last year. But if he doesn't get to that AFC title game, if I'm the Chiefs, I'm looking at it going, let's take the personal out or the potential out. We've got Mahomes. Yeah. And we'll just start Mahomes next year.
I think it's so hard, though, to draft a guy 10th overall. You can sit him 1 year. It's really hard to sit him 2 years.
And that's why I say if Alex Smith, really if he goes to a Super Bowl, there's no way you can look at it and go, yep, we're going to take him out, we're going to get him off the team, and we're
He's going to get retired is what's going to happen if he wins a Super Bowl. They're going to say, thanks, Alex. You enjoy that golfing. Oh, no, I'm coming back. Nope, you enjoy that vacation. See ya, Alex. It's been great. All right, here's your papers.
Even if he goes to a Super Bowl, I'm saying goes to, not wins it, you would say the Chiefs would still take the out after this year?
I think they will. I mean, we know what Alex Smith is, 110% average. It'll happen. Mahomes will make it. Unless Mahomes just absolutely
blows.
Lays an egg out there, he's going to get his chance.
Well, and that's the thing, like with the quarterbacks, you mentioned at the beginning. The one that's going to start is Deshaun Watson.
It's got no competition.
Let's put it this way. Unless Tom Savage beats him, which I don't see happening, he's got that job in Houston.
He just has that leader mentality to him to where he's going to take that team over.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, with both, I think Mahomes and Trubisky are in the same situation. I know you say, like, Trubisky's going to play this year. I don't think
he's not going to start day one.
Both of these guys, the only way they play year one is if Smith or Glennon gets injured. That's what I think. I think both the Bears and the Chiefs will go with the sit the guy day one, especially the Chiefs, because they got Alex Smith. They're a good team, but I look at the wide receivers and I look at what's around Alex Smith and what would be around Patrick Mahomes. This next year, next free agency, they got to go ahead and hit the wide receivers hard, because right now you've got, I know Chris Conley's there, but really out of wide receivers, I mean, Macklin and Hill. Those are really your top two heavy hitters. I mean, DeAnthony Thomas has been a guy I've wanted to see great things from as the offensive weapon, because I loved him with his days at Oregon. Travis Kelce's obviously your number one target. Macklin, your number two. Tyreek Hill's kind of taken over that offensive weapon. And then the running backs, I mean, Charmander West and Spencer Ware are going to be fine for them in the backfield. Hunt, we'll see how they have a loaded backfield.
Yep.
Ware, West, now Hunt, and then you also got CJ Spilla. CJ the Killer Spilla back there, being the now fourth back on the depth chart. They had another wide receiver, another two good wide receivers. This is a team that if Mahomes develops, this could be a good pick for the Chiefs. because mainly the one thing that I think he needs to work on is his footwork or his feet work. That's it.
It's a lot. Well, yeah, it's all the little mechanics that he's got to kind of address and fix. And that was what my big knock on him was before. Is I thought those were difficult things to fix. It takes time. He's in a situation where he's got time to fix those issues. So it's a good spot to be in.
So last kind of thoughts about this. You think that Alex Smith, after this year, done with the Chiefs?
Correct.
Yeah, I think, like I said, if he goes to an AFC title game or anything above that, Super Bowl appearance or Super Bowl win, it'll be hard not to bring him back for one more. If he wins the Super Bowl, which I'm not saying Chiefs are going to, so Chief fans don't get excited, but if he wins the Super Bowl, then you can get the situation of, like you said, have fun golfing. Oh, no, I'm coming. No, have fun golfing, Alex. Wink, wink, cough, cough. But if he goes to an AFC title game, I think that the Chiefs can look at it and go, well, hey, Aaron Rodgers sat for more than 1 year. Just gives Mahomes another year to learn behind this guy, or not really learn behind this guy, because let's be honest, Brett Favre never taught Aaron Rodgers
And there's a big difference
anything.
Between Alex Smith and Brett Favre.
I'm just saying, like, just because you're behind someone doesn't mean that quarterback who's ahead of you is going to. The best way I heard is like when Waddle and Sylvie and Carmen and Yurko are talking about Trubisky. Yeah, Glennon, it's not what Glennon is going to teach you directly. It's just observing and seeing, okay, this is how an NFL quarterback does things while working on the fundamental things that you need to work on. But this is where I'm going to turn the conversation on to you guys either watching or listening. Let us know down below in the comment section. What do you guys think? Is the writing on the wall for Alex Smith, or his days numbered in KC? And how early do you think Patrick Mahomes will start a game for the Kansas City Chiefs? Let us know down below in the comment section. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that segment from the onside kick. If you think the fun stops there, you're wrong, because click the video right over here. What are you thinking? Come on, click it. It's going to go away. It's going to go away. Bye, everybody.